welcome to the Electronic Wireless Show. What episode is it, Brendan?
77.
Hello and welcome to the Electronic Wireless Show, episode 77, RPS's gaming podcast, the only gaming podcast you need, as we discussed last week. And yeah, this is a live show.
Oh.
Really excitingly, we are live from EGX Rezzed at the Tobacco Docks in London. My name is Alice Bell, and I'm joined this week, of course, by Brendan Carval.
Hello.
Hi, Brendy.
Hi.
Are you good?
I'm very nervous.
Oh, don't be. It's fine. You landed this morning as well.
I'm nervous and tired.
Yeah. And even more excitingly, we're joined for the very first time by Nate Crowley.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm a section editor.
That's a job title, not a...
And a mood. A big mood. Sorry, I find that to help with the nervousness, just look at the big wolf. There's a large fiberglass wolf outside. I find it very calming. Yeah, no, it's lovely to be here. I joined RPS, of course, this week.
Yeah, like 4 days ago.
Yeah.
How's it been? No pressure.
Increasingly bizarre today. I've seen a lot of video games in this place. But no, it's lovely. I got to visit the office in Brighton and have some cans of Fanta, which was a pleasure.
Nate was really excited because our office is quite swish.
It's really nice.
And we get like free soft drinks if we want. And he was like, oh, Fanta.
Yeah, it was
and then
good.
You had some sugar-free iron brew as well.
Yeah, yeah, that was a drink. And I've been writing about ancient Greek punishment and typing, and of course carrying on with my Dwarf Fortress diary series where I'm making a chimp suit.
Oh, yeah.
It's a pretty great professional environment, really.
That's good, yeah, it's really good. Well, we're going to talk a little bit about EGX Rezzed. We'll talk a little bit about Nate, and then we're going to go into our main feature, which is you're really excited about, Brendan.
I'm terrified.
This was our idea as well.
No, I don't know why I dug myself into this.
It's a theatrical belter. Don't worry.
Well, Nick, let's ask a little bit about you and get to know you a little bit for the reader, the listener at home, and live today as well, and on the internet.
Hello.
So you are you've got theatrical experience. You run a business LARP.
Yeah, I've the last 3 years at the Feral Vector event, I've been running with the organisers a business-themed LARP about a post-apocalyptic cargo cult based around synergy and business. I play the figure of Big Mike Lunchtime, the Revenant King of Deals. And, well, actually, he died in year 2, and then in year 3, a character appeared called Father Business, who wore a grey Santa suit and a beard of receipts, but otherwise spoke and acted exactly like Big Mike Lunchtime, Revenant King of Deals. Great game, really fun.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Talking a voice like this, do a lot of roaring at people. Yeah, great stuff.
So this should be good for you. In terms of like video games. What are some of what's your favourite sort of genre you're going to be writing about?
Yeah, so I'm quite obsessed with essentially any kind of game where you can build order from nothing. Gives me a sense of control over a otherwise out of control life. I like city builders, 4Xs.
You're very fond of the Fallouts.
Yeah,
you reviewed
all
all
75 of them.
5 Fallouts for us.
Yeah.
We did. That was our first interaction with Nate, is that we got Nate to review Fallouts 5 to 74. Oh, no, 75.
And then, as actually much like an ironic ancient Greek punishment, I think your reviewer for Fallout 76 fell through, and I had to review the real Fallout 76.
But you did such a good job with the older ones.
It was garbage, I'll tell you that much. Yeah, so that was a great reward. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Anything you hate in particular?
I find, actually, I think the content that's going to come later on will be really useful and educational for me, because like an old man, I've always found JRPGs incomprehensible in a way that makes me feel Square, to be honest, but not Square Soft. So, no, Square Enix. ruin that joke completely. But hopefully we can assemble something together from the butchered remnants. There's too many big swords.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping I can start to remedy that ignorance.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Brendan, have you managed to see anything at Rezzed this year?
I went
so far?
to the. There is a room that does alternative controllers.
Oh yeah.
Controllers like hardware that is not your usual type of hardware, and I played a little game which was about building I think it was called a human vacation. Where you basically, I think the idea is that you're trying to be put into another human body, and you're going to have an entire life. And it's like a little interactive text thing. You just touch the screen with this pen, and it's just full of terms and conditions. It's like every worst terms and conditions screen you've ever seen, and you're just going, oh my god, ticking boxes. And they give you, when you get to the end, you fill out what you want from your life. You know, I chose, I want to have a love affair with a rival, and I want to, you know, I want my pet to die, you know, to traumatize me, you know, and all this stuff. You pick your life, and then at the end of it, you get to press a big button, and you press the big button, you just go, and then this tiny receipt prints out really slowly. It just kind of goes, and it just says like, 1 human vacation, and there's a little barcode, and it's like, oh, like this was it.
That sounds amazing.
So that was very fun.
I love games which are all build up and no climax. Always wanted to do a game called Albatross Dentist, which is like a big splash screen, and you click on it, and it's just black, and the text slowly fades in. Birds don't have teeth, you fool. That's it.
You can make that.
Brilliant.
Have you seen anything interesting so far?
I was just having a go on a sort of I thought it was a driving game, sort of a fighty Mad Max 'em up, but it wasn't. It was like you didn't steer the car. It was sort of an FTL business where you had lasers and that, and you were choosing which ones to go off on the other car. It was based on an obscure 1988 role-playing game.
Oh.
The lasers on cars, yeah. I
Yeah,
remember about
lasers on cars. Yeah, no, Dark Future, I think it was called, which is a really generic title, but fun game, yeah.
That's cool.
I'd laugh at that.
I haven't really had time to see anything. I've walked around, but I haven't really got involved in anything, apart from Graham Smith, our editor's game. Disclosure, Graham Smith is our editor, and has made a game. So
Which is his?
It's Primetime Detective. So the game is like you build a detective and do like a primetime detective show, like a CSI almost. But and as you go, you sort of alter what your character is like. But the win state, or the lose state, isn't like picking the wrong suspects. The lose state is like if your ratings go too low and you get cancelled. So you have to keep like the ratings up, basically. So he's here in the indie bit. Although he said like there's a bug in the code and it crashes like all the time. So there's a little sign that says like, it will crash, I am sorry, I will fix it tonight.
It's probably the second best detective game on show actually, after Frog Detective 2, which is in left field. Only saw it for about 5 seconds, already my game of the year. It's cracking. All I saw was a lion with an eye patch and a frog saying, okay.
What is Frog Detective detecting this time? Last time it was a haunted island.
Oh, I think a lion with an eye patch.
That's
the only contextual
case.
clue I have, yeah. Okay. Maybe he was part of some illegal megafauna, like
Well, the island
fighting.
of Dr. Moreau.
Yeah, maybe he's been vivisected into a bloke. Who knows?
That would be a really dark turn for those games.
Yeah, it would have been, wouldn't it? Oh.
But you should check out Primetime Detective, because it like he's very self-facing about it, but it's like yeah, it's really interesting.
That sounds fun.
Yeah. So, shall we? I know you're dreading it, Brendy, but let's move on to the main the concept of this podcast.
Let's be someone.
Let's do it. So we're gonna basically, we wanted to do something special for the live show, and we thought we could we could reminisce over some of the key kind of moments in PC games, like some of the real like banner scenes that people always remember. But we thought that was a bit too boring and not needlessly complex enough. So what we did is we picked 3 games that have quite pivotal scenes in them, and then each of us has not played that game and then wrote the pivotal scene as a script that we're going to perform. So the first scene we're going to do is called Would You Kindly by Nate. Nate, can you maybe talk a little bit about the creative process behind the scene?
What game this even is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is about Tetris. So I have a mate called Mark who's really into Bioshock. Just likes to talk about Bioshock. It's pretty cool. I never played Bioshock. I've watched a few minutes of Bioshock Infinite being played by someone else. And in 2007, while extremely in the middle of the flu in New Zealand, I built a Big Daddy costume out of a lampshade, a cardboard box, and a traffic cone, and went to Kelly Tarleton's Underwater World to take a succession of photographs with a friend. It was a great afternoon, but that's all I know about Bioshock.
We'll
really.
link that in the description.
Enough, yeah.
That and what Mark has told me about the plot of Bioshock.
Okay.
So this is the end of Bioshock, based on what I remember of my mate Mark telling me about it.
Okay, good. All right, ready?
And I'll be playing Jack, who's the man of the game, who is being cajoled around a sort of underwater New York by Atlas, and he's fighting a man called Andrew Ryan,
yeah.
played by Alice.
Yeah.
So the scene begins. It is underwater. There's mahogany and glass.
Yeah.
Sounds right. All right, let's go. Well done, Jack. Am I going to do an Irish accent?
I'm afraid you must.
Do I have to do a Southern Irish accent, or can I just do my own?
This can be Northern Irish, yeah, of course.
Well done, Jack. You've done a fine job of getting the squid blood out of all those children, or whatever it is that you've been doing down here.
Oh, thanks, Irish Bane. I've got to say, the kids were a pushover. It was the large dads that were the real challenge.
Oh, aye, the vast fathers.
The sizable seniors.
The pretty big patriarchs.
Robo-pops.
The dad salute units. Hang on, what were we doing here again?
I think we were storming Jack Ryan's undersea golf palace.
Oh, aye, right you are. Aye, Ryan's palace, yeah. Storm away, storm. Actually, funnily enough, speaking of dads, he's yours.
You what, mate?
Ryan's your dad. And in order to make this game's timeline work, by the way, you're also 4 years old. So you're like a really hench toddler. Okay, bye.
Oh, okay.
Hello, son.
Oi.
You heard me. Turns out your entire life might as well have been a flimsily constructed backstory, blown away by the truth of this moment.
Oof.
This was my plan all along. Or Atlas's, possibly, I can't remember. It was some sort of scheme.
Okay.
I think there was someone called Frank as well. Anyway, can you help me out and conk my dome with this here clubberoo?
Beg your pardon, Dad?
You know, do me a favor and sort out my brain case with that golfy sports rod over there.
Sorry, mate, I really don't get your banter.
Right. Would you kindly...
Clonk. Oh no, I've brained my dad, and he made me do it.
A man chooses, a slave obeys.
Clonk.
A man chooses, a slave obeys.
Clonk.
Free markets are well fucking good.
Good Lord, turns out Ryan's face was just a mask which, when beaten heavily enough with a golf club, came off to reveal famed objectivist and shit polemic novelist Ayn Rand.
Business.
Well, I guess this walloping satirical gut punch to libertarianism elevates this nonsensical sci-fi shooter to definitive proof that video games are art.
Or are they? Surely it was Ryan's deviation from the laissez-faire ideals that led to the fall of Rapture and not his adherence to them in the first place.
Crikey, Atlas, do you reckon?
Oh.
For those listening at home, Atlas shrugged.
I'm going to turn into a big beast now and kill you.
That seems legit. Oh, I think I've lost my old... There, can you hear me again?
Those were the last lines of the game. I think I've lost the old... Oh, yeah, no, it's fine.
Let me get your mic there, Pat. There you go.
Thanks.
So, scene. Thank you. So, let's do some deep textual reading here. What do we think is meant, by dad salute units, for example?
It's a real game of dads, isn't it? BioShock, from my limited knowledge. Were the Big Daddies anyone's dads?
Sort of.
No?
I think they sort of retconned in that one of them was someone's dad at some point, maybe.
I think there were maybe just people who had been tricked into thinking they were dads.
Oh, yeah.
Hypnotized probably into thinking they were dads.
A lot of hypnotism in it as well, isn't there? Because that was the deal, right? So, as I understand it, from what I've tried to put across here, Jack, the man, was a boy, but an old boy, who had been hypnotized, and...
Well, the thing was, he would do anything that anyone asked him to do as long as they said, would you kindly, to start with, which seems a weird thing to choose. And they made him kill a puppy when he was a child.
Oh, that's not very nice.
No, I know.
Wait, what?
Do you know, remember, that was one of the, the recordings you could pick up. And in one of them, it was like a kid with a puppy.
I absolutely missed that.
Did you know? And it was like, oh, isn't it a nice puppy, Jack? And tiny Jack is like, yeah, it's a nice puppy.
Would you kindly
and they go,
kill
would
the
you
puppy?
kindly wring the puppy's neck? And he like cries as there's like a sound of a child crying and killing a puppy.
See, if they had made the game today, that would have been the tutorial level. That would have been just that bit of edge. Yeah.
Are you a BioShock fan, Brendan?
I liked BioShock. I think it was an excellent critique of free market ideals, and also you got to shoot men in the head. So everyone's a winner, really.
Yeah, but no, loads of people don't realise it's a critique, and they just remember you're not entitled to the sweat on your brow. No, says the man in Washington.
I mean,
and they go, yeah, that's well good.
It does try to do the video game thing of having its thematic cake and also shooting the cake at people. It's like, how serious can you be? How serious a takedown can you do while you're also doing this?
That is my bother with it, though. And I did try and put a line, actually a serious line, in this very serious play. Is it actually a critique of objectivism and stuff as much as we want it to be? Because Andrew Ryan is essentially an autocratic dictator, isn't he? Saying you're not allowed any beans from the land. You got to have the sea beans, and you got to do things my way. Otherwise, why would there be a rebellion, right? Surely, in the marketplace of ideas, Atlas could just, I don't know, laissez-faire his way into being in charge. I don't know. It seemed, if he was doing a dictatorship, then he wasn't being very Ayn Rand, was he?
I don't know.
But then she was a massive hypocrite anyway.
Well, yeah, she
Welcome
was
to Rock, Paper, Shotgun
yeah.
from 2000 and...
Yeah, again, I've not played the game. This is based on a couple of articles I read about the game. So, yeah.
I mean, basically, yeah.
Libertarianism's rubbish. There we go. Yeah.
There you go. Scene done. See you next week.
But wait, there's more.
There's more. So this next scene is called a really powerful title, actually, I think, as well. It's called Half-Life Intro Sequence by Brendan.
I wanted to be faithful to the source material.
It's very, I think, what would the word be? It's simple, but, really strongly communicative. So take us through, the
It's
scene.
like brutalism, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I wanted to explore the character of the enemy, or the other,
Yeah, yeah.
so to speak. And I feel like I have done this and remained very, very faithful to Half-Life's core ideas.
Yeah. You a big fan of Half-Life?
I've played Half-Life. I didn't follow the rules for this, so
Oh, I see.
Well,
I'm sorry.
well then.
Can I suggest a little bit of audience participation? It's very simple.
Yeah.
Could someone maybe just stand at the side of the stage being the lifting robot? Since it is visible. And I like to think it would add some ambience. Is that allowed?
Does anyone want to be the lifting robot?
I think we should pick. Who would want to be the lifting robot? Matt?
Inevitably, it would
Matt
be
want to be
Matt.
the lifting robot? Matt, come up here and be the lifting robot.
Yeah.
Everybody give Matt a round of applause for being the lifting robot. Matt is also our one of our writers as well, so he's not just some poor schmuck who we know and have lifted up to be the be the lifting robot. Give us your best lifting robot.
I've played it, but I can't remember what it.
I don't know.
Yeah, just do that.
Bloody perfect.
Yeah, there you go. Just do that. Keep doing that.
You have to do that now for 3
Turn
minutes.
from the hips. That's it.
There you go. Good. Right. Okay. So,
Shall we begin?
lifting robots don't talk. Interior, a train carriage. Gordon and Dr. Kleiner are sitting next to each other, or across from each other, whatever works.
Wait, which one's used?
I'm Gordon.
Okay.
This is the Piccadilly line service to Black Mesa.
Sorry to bother you, but you must be our new trolley pusher. Pleased to meet you. I'm Dr. Kleiner.
Not exactly. My name's...
yes, you're Morgan Freeman.
No, it's Gordon. I'm a physicist. Actually, I graduated from MIT with honors, studying applied quantum physics now.
Oh, wow, you don't speak much, Morgan.
Well, I'm talking right now.
The strong silent type, I see. I like that in a trolley pusher. Well, you've got your work cut out for you. Apparently, the readings this morning are all over the place, which might cause a wobbly science.
You don't mean a resonance cascade?
Sorry, I should explain. A wobbly science is when the atoms are sad.
Sorry, it says Kleiner makes a sad face. Oh my God! Well, we can't. We have to do something. We need
Doors opening.
Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Oh no, it's a group of fans from Zen FC.
Oh my God! They're aliens.
Nothing more than extra-dimensional hooligans.
We're extra-dimensional, extra-dimensional.
Don't make eye contact.
We should probably report this to, CERN or, I don't know, the transport police. Is that how we...
We're Zen, we're Zen, we love to murder men. We're Zen, we're Zen, we love to murder men. We're Zen, yeah!
Maybe not, I don't know.
Don't worry, Morgan, we're nearly there. You'll be fruitlessly pushing trolleys into giant energy beams in no time. Hang on, why is the train stopping?
We regret to inform you that this train is being held in the tunnel due to a wobbly science.
Oh God. Oh God, no.
You're not singing anymore.
Scene.
Thank you, yeah. Well done to Matt there as well. That was a star turn.
Thank you very much.
Lovely roboting.
So, Brendy, so this is the opening of Half-Life 2, which is, yeah. So obviously, it's a very kind of pivotal scene, sets the tone for the rest of it. So what were you kind of trying to say with this interpretation of it?
I suppose I was trying to say that in many ways,
Yeah.
old games
Yeah.
are still stupid. So, I don't know. I wasn't trying to say anything. We had to write 3 scripts. I had to come up with something.
What about the decision to, like, you know, when someone puts on a fancy Shakespeare and it's like, oh, it's Macbeth on a nuclear submarine or Julius Caesar, but they're fish. Like, why are the Zen men now football boys?
Well, in a lot of ways, football supporters are alien to me.
Yeah.
And I don't understand them. But there is a humanity there. But they have passion, and that needs to be understood
Yeah.
and forgiven.
What about the lad who was like a sort of a dinosaur with a squid's head, who's sicked up on you?
Are we talking about Half-Life or?
Yeah, do you remember that? He showed up all over the place. He was like a 2-legged, sort of like a chicken with a squid bounce. No?
Do you mean the little head crabs?
No, he's a chunky boy.
Chunky boy.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, what would he do at the football, I guess is what I'm asking.
You mean what he would do at a physical football? How would he play the game football? I'm not sure.
I would like to play, in fact, if they're not going to do a Half-Life 3, Valve could perhaps do a Half-Life IP football game. Like humans versus...
Head grabs.
Yeah.
If someone hasn't modded football into Half-Life...
Actually, that will inevitably have happened, won't it? Yeah.
Yeah, no, to be fair.
Well, write in and let us know.
Okay, our final scene today is called The Death of Aerosmith. Does anyone want to guess from the title which game this is from?
Final Fantasy VII.
Yes, give that man a coconut.
Correct.
So,
I like how you've neatly stepped around. So in Final Fantasy VII, if you never played it, there is an argument over the name of the character, Aerith or Aerith,
Aerith. Yeah.
and how it should be spelled. But you've neatly sidestepped that here.
Yeah. By just doing it completely wrong.
It's no.
I think I take it to some interesting conceptual places. And, I was really like you, I think, making the point that old games are still stupid. I think I was trying to, because people elevate, the scene. I've never played Final Fantasy VII. But people elevate this scene to high art, and I wanted to take it lowbrow.
I saw a boy cry on a train over this.
Really?
Yeah, at school.
Expand.
But he was the person that people would pay a $5 to eat a sheet of newspaper, though, so your mileage might vary.
Aw, I feel bad for that person.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't do that. I'm not a monster, but
Anymore.
I was on his social level, put it that way, yeah.
What happens in this scene?
So in this scene, Cloud had... Okay, so from what I understand, they were looking for Aerosmith, and they found Aerosmith, and then Aerosmith dies. Cloud is the protagonist, and he has spiky hair and a big sword, and the antagonist is Sephiroth, and he has spiky hair and a big sword.
Mm-hmm.
I am not entirely sure why exactly they don't like each other.
Is Sephiroth some sort of devil?
But
Devil.
Devil. But he can summon angels, I think.
So can all the best devils. When we say Sephiroth's name, can you all sort of...
Oh yeah, do you all know the Sephiroth's theme song? He goes like, Sephiroth, like that. Sephiroth! Like that. Can you do that after he speaks every time? Good, yes. Good, right.
If no one's doing it, we're going to make sure, we're going to go around each and every one of you and be like, we saw you not doing the Sephiroth, so you're going to have to do it.
Yeah.
We'll go proper supply teacher, it's only your time you're wasting.
Yeah.
No one's leaving Rez till you all done your singing.
Okay. So in this performance, the part of Cloud will be played by Nate. Sephiroth will be played by Brendy. And I will be playing Sid with a C, I think. Yes, I'm getting nods, that's good. Who is Cloud's friend. We start in media res.
What sort of voice does Cloud have?
I imagine like the singer in an American pop punk band.
I can't do that, so I'll do Phil Mitchell. So anyway, my parents were great believers in nominative determinism and wanted me to be the protagonist of a video game one day. That's why my name's Cloud Strife, which is ridiculous and not a real person's name. Oi, Sid.
Sorry. Okay, I'll do the pop punk voice then. Look, Cloud, we have arrived at what I assume is some kind of high concept church. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, and that's Aerosmith, deep in prayer. Oi, Aerosmith, don't move.
Cloud runs over to Aerosmith.
Aero! Oh no, my arm's moving to attack you with my giant sword. Seriously, it's so big. It's so big though. Be careful, girls, you could hurt yourself. I overpowered myself. Thank God I've such amazingly spiky hair. I'm like a weaponized Samson.
You forget, Clyde. We have the same hairdresser. Excellent.
Oh my God! He impaled Joe Perry and Tom Hamilton on his fringe. Oh my God! There's blood everywhere. Oh Jesus! Aerosmith scream.
You see, Clyde, my sword is bigger than yours.
Oh. No way! Get it out and prove it!
Oh, I cut a line from Sephiroth then. Carry on.
Oh, yeah, it says it in the script that you'll have to say Sephiroth again. Here's a... Go on. All right, good.
Oh my God, it is Onga. Oh, he's impaled Steve Tyler and Joey Kramer right through the middle. Oh, the humanity. Oh my God. This only really works if you know all the members of Aerosmith.
It's deep Aerosmith lore.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Big sword, but mine is technically wider though. Girth is vital in swords.
They were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame by Kid Rock. They've suffered enough.
Oh no, I slipped on their entrails. Whoop. Oh no. Oh, Steve, I'm so sorry. I could have saved you.
Who cares? They'll just become a part of the endless cycle of Spotify recommendations. In a way, they'll live forever.
It's not the same, damn you. They had years of touring left in them. Just look at the Stones. Your plan doesn't mean anything. Aerosmith are gone. Aerosmith will never sing, never shred or wail or strut.
Please, don't act as if you enjoyed the album Music from Another Dimension.
Listen, they're more of a singles band, okay?
I'll get you for this. I'll get you for this if it's the last thing I do.
Or even if we have to explore it in a follow-up film with a silly name, which is also a distinct possibility.
Well, one thing is for sure. This was a massive shocker and a twist that you'll be talking about for years, even though, from an outside perspective, it seems like a pretty cheap scene, to be honest.
Yeah, he's right. And when he's right, he's right.
I'm going to fly away now, even though I only have one wing. And I will therefore fly in circles like a lame duck, but please pretend that I look really cool.
Oh, wow. What are we going to do without Aerosmith?
Don't know. Let's pay our respects in a turn-based manner.
Very sad.
Well, at least I've still got my really big sword. And surely the solution to most problems life will throw us.
Scene.
Roll credits.
Yeah.
So, the sword thing.
Yeah, so I think what I was saying there is that swords are like penises. Yeah.
That was hinted at, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was very subtextual. It was quite it was a subtle read, which I'm really pleased with.
What do they call the massive? Are they called Buster Swords? Is that the thing?
Yeah, let's say it is.
I think
they're called Buster Swords.
We're all looking to Catherine, like Catherine, you know.
someone give us a nod on that
Yeah?
one. Yeah.
Oh, Cloud Sword is a Buster Sword. Well,
That's-
good knowledge.
That's a fact I know.
Wait,
yeah.
what's Sephiroth's sword called? Matsemune?
Oh,
I thought that was a type of delicious Japanese lemonade.
but yeah,
Oh yeah.
well,
Yeah, it'd be good.
yeah, and yeah, I've never played Final Fantasy VII. I did have to watch Advent Children once though,
Why?
because I was at a boy's house that I fancied, and he was having a house party, and he put on Advent Children.
That's how you get a party started, frankly.
There was that sentence was going somewhere, and then it went somewhere.
Then we all
Different.
just sat and watched Advent Children. I was like, how much do I fancy this boy? It was really weird.
Do you feel like you've got enough understanding for Final Fantasy VII through popular culture that you don't need to play it?
Yeah, it's like Game of Thrones. I've not watched most of Game of Thrones. I've watched like the first 3 seasons, but I think I have quite a good handle on what's happening in it going into the last season, just because everyone talks about it so much.
I think, out of interest, how many people here haven't played Final Fantasy VII? Oh, that's like half the room.
Oh, okay.
Actually, can you keep your hands up? Now, retain the upright position if you've also played Half-Life. And if you've also played Bioshock.
Wait,
Wait,
not
wait.
played it.
They haven't played it.
Oh, wait. What I mean is put your hand up if you've played all 3 of the games we did scenes of.
Oh, that's
Oh.
a shocking minority.
That's good, though.
John
That's
was right when he told us to do younger people's games.
We should have done Fortnite.
But it was interesting, though, wasn't it? Trying to find scenes from games in the last 5 years that had anything like instant mass recognition. Did we come up with anything?
Not really, I don't think.
Someone
Like-
said a scene from Devil May Cry.
That
In
was
which
my
the
joke
devil-
suggestion because I'd never played it.
Oh yeah, because you said that the scene in which the devil was given permission to cry.
Yeah.
There is, like, Dave did recommend a scene from Devil May Cry, but the problem was it was already funny. Like,
Oh yeah, it was a
Without-
man having a Barney with a dog, wasn't it?
oh no, the one he sent me was, it was very like the Final Fantasy VII scene, that a woman had died and a man was upset about it, but it was really funny.
We also had the same problem with there's a Red Alert scene in which Tim Curry says he's going to space.
Yeah.
And it's already perfect, so you can't really do a different version of that.
Yeah, you couldn't reenact that in any better manner than Tim Curry did it the first time
Yeah.
round.
God bless
What
him.
other, should we talk about what other iconic scenes there are?
We could ask questions if anyone has questions.
Oh, do you have any questions
Does anyone
about
have any questions?
crap
Don't have to be about
we
what
just
we just did. It could be about anything else.
Anything.
How much time do we have left?
We have like 5 minutes.
Who can name a good scene from the last 5 years of PC gaming?
Oh, John.
Opening of The Last of Us.
The opening of The Last of Us isn't on PC, we can't talk about that.
No games that aren't on PC exist to us.
So
John.
that kept happening to us. We kept saying, oh, that's amazing, but it's PlayStation.
And that's your fault as well. If only Rock Paper Shotgun had been founded as a PC and PlayStation website.
Any other scenes?
No.
Favorite scene from Final Fantasy 15, Brendan?
In which the large Leviathan comes out of the water and says, "What does an infinitesimal speck know of all creation?" That scene?
Some banging dialogue, that's for sure.
It's an iconic scene in video games, to be fair.
I tell you what, I'm going to make an oath
Yeah.
here and now that by the
Okay.
end of the year of our Lord, 2019, I will play a Final Fantasy game to completion.
Wow.
Big
Yeah.
talk.
What would be the best one for you to do, though?
I'm going to let them decide.
You
Really?
can really ruin his life.
This is it, yeah.
What's the one with the dresses? That one's good.
Final Fantasy 12-2.
10-2. So,
That's what I said. I got my Roman numerals mixed up, and I was like, the Roman numeral for 10 and the Roman numeral for 2 put together makes 12. So
That's how Romans work.
Yeah.
but no, I'd like
yeah?
10-2 is great because you're a girl gang in it, and your abilities depend on what you're wearing, and that's amazing.
That sounds
you have
quite
to
powerful.
change outfit mid-fight.
I think you've given, no, because that was giving it a too good a Final Fantasy to
Yeah, I
play.
mean, to be honest, that's an all right pitch. Better than the one. Isn't there one where you like race birds?
You do that in all of them.
Well,
The entire
better
audience
get good
just-
at racing
The
birds.
entire audience just mumbled at once, and it's all of them.
Well, the old chocolates, yeah. Right. Anyone got any? And can anyone offer me better than Final Fantasy X too?
Because it will be that one otherwise.
I see someone at the back like opening their mouth.
Final Fantasy 13 Lightning Returns.
Oh, what a curse.
The reaction there was if you'd just dumped a sack of festering liver onto the stage.
Does Kingdom Hearts count?
Kingdom Hearts, no. I will never play a Kingdom Hearts. I don't want to know the deep, goofy lore. I don't want it.
We've got someone at the back.
5 by 6.
He's giving you a good one. He's throwing you a bone.
All right, then. Let's have a show of hands for 6.
No, nobody is merciful
5,
here.
5. We got 5. Yeah, let's do
10-2.
Okay.
And 13, the sack of liver.
Lightning returns.
Oh, yeah.
Lightning returns.
Lightning returns it
Okay.
is.
By the end of this, the year of our Lord 2019, I will play Final Fantasy 13, The Lightning Returns
To
to completion.
There you go.
All side quests. 100%.
No, any percent. Any percent.
Well, I guess on that note, it's probably time for us to say goodbye. It's been lovely. This is a real improvement on the EGX live podcast we did as well, because we had 5 audience members.
There is definitely a multiple of 5 in this room.
More than 5 people. So thank you very much for joining us for episode 77 of the Electronic Wireless Show, Rock, Paper, Shotguns podcast. The best podcast, the only podcast you need. I am Alice Bell. I'm joined today by the lovely Brendan Caldwell. He's
Hello.
waving.
Hello
if you're
again.
listening.
Bye.
And for the first time ever, Nate Crowley.
Really sorry I surrendered to madness.
That was a lot of fun. If you have any questions, suggestions, comments, nice ones, you can email podcast@rockpapershotgun.com. We are
Or you can actually just come up and tell us them.
But this is going presumably on like some kind of something.
Yeah, it will.
Sorry for being professional, Brendan. We're on Twitter at RockPaperShot. We have a YouTube channel now, which is just past 100k subscribers in a matter of months. Woo!
Yes.
And most importantly, you can find us at rockpapershotgun.com. Thank you very much, everyone. Bye.
We're also going to the pub soon,
Oh yeah.
but they won't know that.
Yeah, we are. We've got a mixer tonight at the Captain Kid, which is free to come to. Yeah, we're going to go there now.
Sounds like a real life supporters post.
Yeah.